everyone, my name is Courtney. I write under the pen names Lyra Parish and I'm one half of the USA Today best-selling duo Kennedy Fox, and it has officially been 2 months since I quit my corporate job. It's been so crazy to me. I still don't fully believe it, and I don't know if it's because the world is in just a really strange place right now, or if it hasn't sunk in that I am not going back to work. I wanted to give the comment shout out of the week. If you want your comment displayed right here, guys, just make sure that you go down below, leave me a comment, and I randomly select one person to be featured. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support so very much, and I'm so glad that so many people have subscribed and really genuinely care about me as a person and also are interested in my publishing journey. It really means a lot. So without further ado, I have officially not been working at my corporate job for 2 months. We are going on month 3, which is absolutely insane to me. I don't know what happened to March. April seemed to have passed by in a blink, and here we are in May. I'm not sure if y'all know this or not, but I keep a bullet journal. It's my baby. I have kept one of these since 2017 time period. It was a place for me to write all of my thoughts, my notes, important stuff. It was one place where I could find everything that I needed that was important. For me, many of you know, if you've been watching my writing sprints, that I track every single word that I write. I have since 2019. I told you all that I would show you that, and this is my bullet journal for last year. I write so much in my bullet journals that I use 2 per year. Yes, I do use them religiously. I told everyone in one of my live streams that I track every single word that I write, and I've done that because it was extremely important for me to outdo my word count with a full-time job when I quit my job. And I knew in 2019, there's a video where I talk about it. I will put that video right up here. And I told y'all that I was planning to quit my job May of 2020. And so I made sure that I tracked everything, because I don't ever want to be that full-time author who slacks or does less than I did when I had a full-time job, because I've noticed that there are a lot of people that fall into that trap, and I don't ever want that to be me. I want to be productive, I want to be successful, and I want to inspire other people to go after their dreams and basically do this. If this is what you want, like, I am proof that it's possible. I kept track of how many words I wrote, and it's crazy to look at because there were days when I wrote so much, and there were days when we did rewrites for almost an entire month. And I love being able to see what my totals were for each month. It's crazy because in 2019 I wrote 271,083 words, and that was with a full-time job. And the largest month that I had in 2019 was like 31,000 something. I started keeping track at the beginning of January, just as I did in 2019. And although I was working in January, and it was probably one of the worst months that I've ever had in my life, I'm not exaggerating, I outbeat every single month that I did in 2019 in January of 2020. In April of 2020, I outdid my January. I've been doing a lot of live streams. Many of y'all have seen those, and I will continue doing those because people have personally reached out to me. People who are in the 10K writing group have found them extremely helpful, and I know that when I do live streams and I'm writing, I'm actually working. There's no room for distraction other than when we talk between sprints. I want to go over the things that I actually did because I made a list, and every time I did something that was like kind of big, I wrote it down. And then I want to give you my May goals to kind of give you an outlook of what I'm personally trying to accomplish this month. Without further ado, yes, this is my 2020. No, it does not have any stickers on it, which is kind of sad. I should probably decorate my 2020 bullet journal because it's just looking a little sad compared to this one. Oh, this is all the stickers from the Write 10K in a Day group. Things that I accomplished. We released a book on April 21st. We finished writing a book. I really focused on TikTok and my Instagram this month of my personal accounts, and TikTok I went from 24 subscribers to like 880 was the last time it was when I looked, which is insane to me. Also, if you're not following me on TikTok, I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a shameless plug because there are so many beautiful, funny videos just like this. And I want to put more on there in May because it's fun and I really enjoy making the TikToks. as the older people say. And for Instagram, my personal goal is to get over 10,000 followers because I really want the swipe up. So when I talk about Kennedy Fox books, I can swipe up and people can go and get our books. Or when I talk about YouTube videos, because I post them in my stories a lot, or any of the other things that I want to share and talk about, like my friends' books, I want to be able to link those directly in Instagram. Now that I have quit my job, I have a little bit more time to focus on those things, although I have been under a very strict deadline, and it's fun. Like I really enjoy it. And I've just seen all of my social media platforms grow over the last like 2 months since I quit my job. Instagram has grown significantly, TikTok has grown like a crazy amount, and my YouTube channel has also grown, which kind of blows my mind. Like I'm so thankful that y'all are here and y'all want to listen to me ramble, but it's still weird to me. Trust me, it's still weird. So things that I accomplished, we're gonna continue on down this list. I unpublished my entire backlist. It was a hard decision, but it was one that I do not regret. If you're interested in that, I recorded the whole thing. So I will put a link up here if you want to see me unpublish my entire backlist. Next up is we kind of shifted our Kennedy Fox schedule to give us a little bit more time to write and not be completely stressed out because we were releasing a lot of books, and me and Brooke don't want to rush writing. We want to really enjoy the process, and we want to give our readers the best possible product. Not to say that you can't write and release very quickly and not give a good product, because I don't believe that, considering how many hours we spend on edits, which, let me tell you, every 1,000 words in our books, we spend about an hour editing. So if you've got a 100,000 word book, then we are spending over 100 hours editing between the both of us. And I've heard some smack about people saying that there's no way that we can produce quality work because we release so fast. And I just want to say that there are two of us in this venture. We can get twice as much accomplished compared to a person who is working alone. So I can spend 100 hours on edits, and Brooke can spend 100 hours on edits, and we've collectively spent 200 hours editing one book, when that could possibly take one person who has a full-time job 2 or 3 months to edit. So I just want to make that very clear that yes, we do write quickly, yes, we do release quickly, but we are not cutting corners when it comes to editing whatsoever. And that is why I'm currently still in editing hell. Right now, I'm in editing hell. Y'all don't even know it. There should be flames all over the screen right now because I still have a lot to edit and I can't rush it. It's one of the reasons why I am not doing live streams when I'm editing, because I feel like I'm rushing and I don't want to do that. I want to give our words and our work my full, undivided, uninterrupted attention. This is why people have not seen me online as much. This is why I've got messages that are pending that have not been answered. I'm so sorry, but Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, all of that is not a priority right now when we're in edits. I am making this video because I need to get it out there, but I'm probably not going to edit it until I get finished editing, if that makes sense. So I came up with a loose schedule of when I'm going to re-release Lyra Parish books. I've also decided over the last week or so that all of the money that I make past my expenses for those books are going to go towards my dad's medical bills, because guys, let me show you something. You see all this in here? Literally, this is all my dad's medical bills right now. From December, medical bills, and we're not even going to talk about all the ones that I still have to go through and organize. I'm not kidding. There's tons upon tons of medical bills. Okay, so I've got all this stuff and I've got all of this. It's insanity. Thankfully, my dad has a daughter who is an accountant, but it's just bills upon bills upon bills upon bills upon bills. And it is extremely stressful, let me say. And so what I've decided is when I relaunch my books, every penny that I make on them is going to be donated to my dad's medical bills, because I feel like my parents sacrificed a lot for me when I was growing up. We didn't have everything, and you know, I kind of grew up poor. I'm not gonna lie, like we didn't have much, and my dad actually got a really great job when I was a freshman in high school. And things changed once he got that job, and he actually retired from that job. So, I mean, it was a happy ending. He had great retirement, and he has pretty good retirement insurance from that place, although it's not the greatest. Otherwise there wouldn't be all of these hospital bills. Funny story, when I was graduating high school, I really wanted a Mustang. It was a car, not a horse. I know I'm from Texas and that's cliche, but I really wanted a Mustang. And for an entire year I told my dad, I was like, man, I can't wait till I graduate high school and get that Mustang, you know. And he just was like, it's not happening. Like, I'm not buying you a new car. Like, I'm not getting you a Mustang. And I said, okay, Dad, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Long story short, I ended up getting the car when I graduated from high school, and I drove that car through my first like 3 or 4 years of college. I mean, I put 300,000 miles on that car, and it was something that I really wanted, and my dad didn't have to do that. He didn't have to buy me a, you know, $25,000 car and do all this, but he did. And although I didn't live at home, I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. I got to keep my car and I got to drive that car. And it was like the first time that I'd ever fallen in love with a vehicle. I feel like now I am in a position where Kennedy Fox makes great money. April was our second highest royalty month of all of Kennedy Fox's history. And I told y'all about publishing during a recession, and I told y'all about putting your words out there regardless. We released, guys, in April. Everything was great. We had an incredible month financially. I'm grateful for that, because I know in June when I get that check, I'm gonna be blown away 100%. I've almost made my work salary this year for January through April. I believe once I hit May's royalties, I will have made my work salary, which means June through December is just extra because I'm used to living off of my work salary. So my savings account is growing, which I'm very grateful and happy about that, because you just never know what's gonna happen. I told you all, like, publish. People want your words. People want the escape. And I stand by that 100%. I stand by moving forward with the books that you want to release and writing the books and doing all that stuff, because the second greatest month that we've ever had, and we didn't make a list. Guys, we didn't make a list, but financially, we had a month as if we did make a list, if that makes any sense. To bring the story back to the point was that Lyra Parish money, whatever comes after expenses, I am going to put towards all of these medical bills, because there is so much. It's extremely overwhelming, and I don't want my dad to focus on bills and money. I want him to focus on his recovery. I know that it's gonna be an issue with him because he is way too proud, and I know that he's just gonna be like, I can't do that, I'm not gonna take your money, blah blah blah. But I don't have access to all of his retirement, guys, and I'm not going to let my dad's credit go in the sewer because I can't go and pull money out to pay all these bills. I'm putting into the universe all the good karma, so hopefully those books will do amazing, and then my dad won't have to worry about any of his bills. And that's the goal. And yes, I'm still gonna bring you behind the scenes and show you expenses versus royalties, and I'm even gonna show you paying my dad's hospital bills, because guys, I am dead serious about this. I looked at our Kennedy Fox schedule, and I looked at the calendar and all these things, and I don't really want to publish when Kennedy Fox publishes because we're usually super busy during that time period. So my goal is to publish on off months when we don't publish. We just opened up our release schedule, so we have a few more off months, and so on those months I am going to obviously be writing for Kennedy Fox, because hey guys, Y'all already know, my main squeeze. But I'm going to release books under Lyra Parish of my backlist during those times. So I'm thinking the first book will be released in November and the second book will be released in January. I know that we've got a release in March, so I don't know if I will release in March or maybe the very end of March after we release, because then it's not so hectic. But I'm in the process of really trying to get those dates secured and down in stone so I can put the pre-orders up on all the sites. I told y'all that I was gonna bring y'all behind the scenes of setting up all that stuff. I have to get my dates right. I have to rewrite my blurbs, and then I have to put up pre-orders. And before I can put up pre-orders, I have to go and sign up for all of those websites with my LLC. And I literally can't do any of that until this book goes to the editor. I just wanted to check in with you all and let you know what's going on. Accomplished a lot in April. That's the point of this. I accomplished a lot. I'm very happy with what I was able to get done. I think I wrote 37,000 words. My highest month was 38,000 in 2020, just so y'all know. I think in May I will end up beating that because we are trying to get ahead of schedule. Also in April, we figured out that we are going to produce our own audiobooks for Circle B Ranch series, which is super exciting. We worked with Tantor and we are going to get the last 2 books of our Bishop brothers done. We will be signing a contract for that sometime soon. All of this stuff happened in April. It's been a whirlwind of a month. Another thing that I accomplished in April was completely transferring our entire Kennedy Fox website to a new server. And let me tell you, GoDaddy has been my boyfriend for the last 2 months, and finally it just got to a point where our website was crashing every single time we'd update it. It sucked. It was a lot of work. It's kind of what put me behind on edits, if I'm being honest. It took me a good 24 hours total to get everything where I needed it to go. But it's good now and it's working like a dream. Please continue to stay that way. Goal this month: 1, plot Keeping You Away. Write 40,000 words for that book. The third thing is to plot the second book in that duet series. And then the fourth thing is for me to create all the accounts with my LLC for me republishing my backlist. So then we can just go ahead and get started on this self-publishing train. So there's a lot, and anything that I do that I feel like is worthy of an accomplishment, I will write it down in the bullet journal and I will give y'all an update next month telling y'all exactly how I did and what I was able to accomplish. I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole of being a full-time author who doesn't work harder. I know that my life is not perfect. I know that I've got a lot going on. I know that I have to take time for myself, but I also know that this is my career and my dream and my passion, and I don't want to be that person that lets it slip through my fingers. I want to continue to build on the foundation that I've already poured for this literary career and continue to build upon that. I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to go and find another corporate job. I want this to work, and there's been so many people who have told me that they're so inspired that I actually did it, and they love watching my videos because they get something out of it. They imagine themselves in my position. I know my life isn't perfect, but I know that there are probably 100 people that would switch places with me in a heartbeat, and I don't take that for granted whatsoever. So May's gonna be a great month. I've found a routine and a schedule that works for me, and I'm sticking with that, and I'm moving forward. I'm gonna make this work, and I'm gonna be successful. As always, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for just supporting me on YouTube and leaving comments and all of that. It really means a whole lot to me, because y'all know that I have been like this baby channel for so long. I have a million messages about how I grew my YouTube channel, and I don't know what to tell people. I really don't. I tell people to be yourself, because that's all I know how to be. So if you want to grow a YouTube channel, be yourself, be genuine. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. Don't be a douche. That's all I got. So I am so happy that you're here. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them below. And I hope you have an amazing, incredible week. You accomplish all your goals and you write all the words. And I'll see you again in my next video. Bye, guys.